Yes, well, my name is Kathleen and I live in France, actually near Paris.
Do you want to, would you like to tell me a little bit about your work, the work that you've done in your life, and how maybe that relates to the expectations you had for sending your children to a camp in the UK?
Yeah, well, sure. I have lived in France all my adult life. I was a teacher at the Sorbonne. I taught linguistics and also teacher training for the teaching of English as a foreign language. So I have quite a lot of experience in that field. And yeah, I think, I'm terribly aware that it's really important for children to be exposed to language, to any foreign language, and in this case English, as early as possible in the most secure environment possible, but of course with native speakers. And so that was really what I was looking for them, that they could have this experience of being exposed to the language in a secure environment with native speakers, and as many, of course, English-speaking children as possible. So Learner and the experience really provided that for us.
Can you tell me why, what you were looking for in a camp? What was your, was it for fun? Was it a holiday? Was it more language-based? What were you looking for them to get out of it?
Well, actually, all those things. As you can hear, I'm British, but we live in France and my sons are bilingual, so they speak English to their children, who are quite fluent in understanding, but who found it very, very difficult speaking. So I was looking specifically to improve their speaking skills for them, or for them to improve their speaking skills. And also I wanted them to get a feel of British culture and the British way of doing things. I think that's very important. So all that while having fun, because I don't think you acquire much unless you're enjoying yourself.
So just kind of on the experience as a whole, from your point of view, you being the person that's kind of in touch with us and contacting us and booking and pre and post camp, how was kind of the experience on a whole from your point of view?
Yet again, I have only compliments. Every time I phone, there's somebody on the end of the line whose name is Julie and who does a fantastic job, and also email works really well. And every time I've had a question, whether it concerned before the first time, anxieties that we could have about, how the children would fare, or whether it was purely logistics, it was always very easy to ask all the questions. I never felt I was disturbing anybody. So yeah, very good.
Would you recommend Learn and Experience to your friends, your colleagues, your family?
Well, obviously, yes, since, a third grandchild is going. And I think what's interesting is they're developing, their programs so that there's choice for the older children too. I mean, the grandchild who's going this year will be 16, and there are choices for her that are, appropriate for her age. And especially she has chosen a program which will be very good for preparing for her baccalaureate here in France, which is to do with communicating in English, speaking in public, and she chose that of her own accord. So yes, I would recommend it, absolutely.